Alrighty, what is going on, guys? Babs here. We are going to do a chit chat talk through of a bracket round that I played. This is on Merion front nine. And what you'll see here is normally this bunker here. If you have a tailwind, you can go over this bunker and land right up in here in the green area. Just be careful you don't go too long, because at times, if you have a really strong tailwind, you could actually get caught in this 40-50 rough, if not bunker, behind it. So just be careful whenever you're going over that bunker. Keep yourself out of trouble whenever necessary, if possible. And that's what we're looking for. So here, we're just going to understand, what's happening with the green. I'm probably not even going to zoom out because it's a pretty flat shot. Just going to hit a punch, knock it up there, get started. Simple, nothing crazy. Here's a good shot right there. I can back that up just slightly. There we go. So in general, you have two flag locations, obviously. One right here and one back here. And as far as green slope, a lot of this slopes down in this manner, like so. Same with back here. You're going to have a ridge, and it's going to slope away from the flag. And there are some uneven dots in this area, so best to just stay, below the flag in both situations. That way you have an uphill putt. Not crazy green, just going to take it easy, be safe. And so we didn't get the tailwind on this round, but no big deal. We're just going to go for our birdie. If you do have a tailwind, the idea is that, one, you need to be careful even in headwinds, because landing anywhere in this area, you don't want to get caught in this brush, especially with this elevation. Keep in mind, this elevation and a headwind work together in getting you towards the hole. But if you have a tailwind, you want to land your ball somewhere here in the fairway. That way it runs up towards the flag. Because if you actually land on the green, it'll run past the flag and maybe even get caught back here in this rough. So the idea is to make sure that if you have a tailwind and your ball comes in this area, it needs to land somewhere in this area. That'll help slow the ball down and kick the ball forward, where you can at least be below the flag if possible. If you have a headwind, just throw it over here in the fairway. Nothing crazy. But this headwind is not very strong, so we don't really have to worry about getting caught in the brush. As you can see, half spin 3-wood still lands 232. But, because we had the headwind, we're not close enough. We don't get an extra release. But even with that headwind, I got 19 yards of release. So just going to read some dots here. Wasn't a whole lot to read. Obviously, these are moving to the left, and there's some at the beginning that's moving to the right. So it's one of those things where you just kind of try and blend the two together and see if we can't make a putt. And the putt was great. I just, for some reason, hit it too hard somehow. So I couldn't quite understand how it was that I hit it hard, but no big deal. So number 3, most people's dreaded front 9 hole. So let's go over this green. So against what you've basically been taught, okay, this green kind of slopes. There's basically a ridge kind of drawn like this, and that's not very accurate. Let's make that a little more accurate. It's coming right through the flag almost. And so the green is shaped kind of like a boomerang in a sense that there's a hill here and it comes up towards the hole, and there's a hill here and it comes up towards the hole. So being below the flag is not ideal. Where you typically want to be is above the flag, because everything funnels this way into the flag, kind of like a V. So, counterintuitive to what you've been taught a lot in the game is below the flag is an uphill putt. Sure, if you land in this area, it is an uphill putt, but it's a very bendy, breaking uphill putt. And if you miss and you have too much speed, there's a very good chance your ball could roll away and you could 3-putt. So disregard all that and put your shot above the flag if possible. That way you have a much better chance of making the putt, because there's a hell of a lot less break behind the flag than there is in front of the flag. So that's a little tip. See here, I'm just going to dumb it down. And you'll see 84%. I landed it 5 yards short and let it roll up. I didn't go actually for the hole, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's kind of the game plan behind that, is to land it below the hole and then let the driver roll it up. And now I've got this 8-foot putt. And as you're seeing these dots, they're barely doing anything. They're barely doing anything at all. So, I even put it outside the cup, and as you can see, it'll hit the edge of the cup because the ball barely moves. But that's where you want to be, above the flag. Usually you can hit a topspin shot off the driver, and it'll get you, a rolled 32 yards. So it gets you extra yardage if you're getting in this gully area right here off the tee box. In a tailwind, you could sometimes get 40, 50 yards off that roll. So this is, can be a tricky green. You want to be careful, because a lot of what's happening here is, the ball is coming in this area. It's, again, bowl-shaped. But a lot of this movement is happening in this fashion. It's kind of like Oakmont number 2, where the ball is consistently inconsistent. So if you can, stay close to the flag. But worst case scenario, be below the flag. Or even with the flag, I should say. So that's why I'm hitting a punch, lower flying ball. And now I'm even with the flag. Number five. So what you don't want to do on number 5 is be short. 99% of the time, I don't know if I'm going to zoom out. See, I'm not going to zoom out. But I'll be ready for it. So here, I'll use that shot right there. And I'll screenshot this and show you that 99% of the time, it's shaped like this. The ball will roll off the green into the fringe or rough if you come up short. If you go long, the ball rolls down like this. But you're on the green. So keep in mind that if you have a putt in this area and you hit it too hard, the ball could come up around the flag and roll back down this way. So you have to be very careful with your putting and your speeds when it comes to hole number 5. But if you want to stay on the green, you have to go past the flag. And as you can see, I threw mine a little long. That way it sticks there. Now I have a relatively consistent putt. It's not crazy. But I got a good read on it. And I made sure that if I was going to miss, I was going to miss high. And that's my overall thought process is make sure that I aim high enough for the ball to fall in. And that's what happened. So here, again, I'll probably have to screenshot when the ball goes in the air. Make sure I have the right club. You want to be below the hole. And this green is similarly shaped. So this is looking from the back. So our flag is right here. The green itself is shaped like this. This is high side, like so. So everything you're going to see rolls away in this fashion, like so. Rolls away, rolls away, rolls away. So if you were to end up with your ball anywhere in this area, you have a very treacherous downhill putt. So best case scenario is be somewhere down here to leave yourself with an uphill putt going towards the flag. Unfortunately, I got a good shot on it and right next to the flag, and it worked out well. This is one of the more simpler holes, nothing too dynamic about it. Obviously this pin itself is easier than the front pin, and because I'm a misting player, I don't move the aimer. Maybe we can get a good look here. So obviously it's not the best look, but the other flag is over here and there's a lot more break in the hill section, but this is a lot smoother, assuming you don't go behind the flag. Behind the flag will leave you with the downhill putt. So just stay anywhere in this area to the right and you'll be safe. That was actually a good view right there, but not going to worry about that right now. Another one here, got to be careful you don't go off the edge of the fairway. If you want to hit a choke down shot, that's 85%, and we came up short. If you want to hit a punch driver, again, keep yourself in play because you don't have a whole lot of room to work with on this green if you do go in the rough. Had a bad misting, so that threw me out wide. But again, able to recover, nothing too crazy. And we're right in the hole. Here, you want to be to the right and down below the hole. I didn't put enough spin on the ball here, so I actually went 4 yards long, and I realized that 35% on my 3-iron, there wasn't enough wind to hold me down, especially with the elevation, so the ball soared. But all in all, understanding what's happening with this green, not a whole lot happening at the beginning. There's some action in the middle that's going to affect the ball, and then the end flattens out. So putting the two together in this manner and understanding that this is a downhill fashion is going to drift, kind of like a PGA putt. And that's what we're looking for. If we can miss high, that's what we want. And that's what we got. So that is Merion front 9. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to see more courses, more videos, any type of different shot strategies, I'd be happy to help. And I will see y'all soon. Take care.